Hold up. Don't buy the latest Pixel yet. Look, I understand that the Google Pixel 2 has some great hardware, but it has a huge problem. And I'm not talking about that design. Trust me, the design is a flaw just by itself. But honestly though, who decided to make the power button red? And not only do that, but also put huge bezels on the front of the phone. Especially when we're in 2017 and that's the year of removing all bezels. That's a come on, man, for the Google hardware team. What were they thinking? Google wants to be taken seriously with their hardware. We know Google for their useful software. If you're watching this video right now, you're using Google software. But right now, Google's trying to prove that they can make hardware too. If you're trying to prove that you can make hardware, make it look premium. Google is trying to make a flagship phone and putting it at a flagship price. If the phone is costing around $850, the phone better look premium and not cheap. And honestly, the Google Pixel 2 just looks cheap. You can look at the Note 8 and the iPhone X. Those two phones don't look cheap. Those phones look their price. The Pixel 2 XL, it looks like it could be $300. But forgetting what the Pixel 2 XL lacks hardware-wise, let's talk about this major problem facing Google right now with their Pixel 2. Google is actually considering recalling the phone because of this major problem. Before I start, the major problem is a display problem. This display problem is only affecting the Pixel 2 XL, which costs $850, and not the Pixel 2, which only costs $650. So the major problem is only affecting the higher priced phone. There's a reason for this. The $650 Pixel has its display made by Samsung, which makes the beautiful OLED displays. You could trust Samsung with their displays because just look at the Note 8. That has a beautiful display. So the regular Pixel 2 doesn't have a display problem. On the other hand, the $850 Pixel has its display made by LG. And right there, that's where all the problems start. Samsung makes high quality OLED displays. But when it comes to LG making OLED displays, I don't know if I trust them. Especially with all the problems I'm about to tell you. Just to clarify things up, the only phone with the display problem is the $850 phone, which is the Google Pixel 2 XL, not the regular $650 Google Pixel 2. Only the flagship one is affected. First off, the display has a strong bluish tint to it. This was actually an issue that early OLED displays had. This makes the display unnecessarily blue when it's not supposed to be. Let's say the phone is supposedly showing a white image. Well, because now it has a strong bluish tint to it, it's not going to show the correct color of white. It's going to show other colors, red, green, blue, other colors than white. These were common issues to see 5 years ago. Did you hear that? That was a common issue 5 years ago. But we are now in 2017, and when you're paying $850 for a phone, the display should be showing accurate color. There should be no bluish tint to it, especially if I'm paying $850. The second problem that the display has is the saturation. Supposedly, an advantage that an OLED display has over an LED display is that it gives off bright, rich colors. Yet again, you could look toward the Note 8 and you could just look how those colors just pop out on the display. But on the Pixel 2 XL, it's a completely different story. A lot of customers are reporting that the display is looking dull and muted and not looking as saturated as it's supposed to be. Some customers are even getting really mad when the Pixel isn't showing the correct colors. As the phone comes out of the box, it is showing boring and faded colors, especially compared to the Note 8 and the iPhone X, both of which have OLED displays made by Samsung, not LG. Lastly, the third problem on the Pixel 2 XL's display is in an apparent burn-in issue just after a week of having the phone. You should expect to have this burn-in issue years into having your phone, but the issue should not be there just after having the phone for only a week. You expect that years into having your phone, not after you just got it. Last year's Pixel actually had a minor burn-in issue, but this year it's definitely more noticeable. Burn-in is when you're looking at your display and it has another faded display behind it. You most commonly see this with software buttons. For example, you're scrolling through Twitter and Instagram, and all of a sudden you look towards your bottom of your phone, you would still be able to see faded software buttons on the bottom of the screen. That's because the software buttons have been showed so much on the bottom of the phone that it actually burned through some of the pixels on the display. It's common for OLED displays to have this problem years into having the phone, but it should definitely not be present only after a week of having the phone. That's where you have a major issue. It's sad but true, that's only one out of the 3 display problems for the Google Pixel 2 XL. Google definitely has some explaining to do because the $850 phone shouldn't have a quality of a display as a $200 phone. If the phone is going to cost $850, everything has to be in tip-top shape. And I mean everything. Subscribe right here to stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.